Their hospitality. And Congressman Tierney will not be able to join us at the Newbury Elementary School, so I've asked if he would say a few words to us before we go. So, our congressman, the best congressman in the United States.
Well, thank you very much. The operative thing is a few words, right?
Make it short, John.
I want to add our appreciation to Chuck and Beth. This is a beautiful house, and you're a great opener to all of us. Patrice and I will be moving in, say, midweek. There must be a spare room here somewhere. We're happy to take it. Governor, Mr. Dukakis, thank you very much for coming up and joining us tonight. I hope you get to Maine.
If we weren't going to Lewiston, we'd have taken the train.
But what an honor to have you here. And I get fortunate every once in a while. I run into places where the governor is, and it's always a pleasure. And I don't mean to get nostalgic on anybody, but I wish.
Oh my God!
I mean, what a difference this country would be.
Yes.
What direction we'd be going in.
Yes.
And you just look at the sorry state of affairs. I know you're going over to see Wal-Mart, and we really should be talking about social justice and a range of issues. There's plenty to say, and I'm sure the governor's going to talk some after the movie. I had occasion to speak to the League of Women Voters State Convention today, and I talked about energy. And that's an issue of social justice as well as our economy, our national security. And it really came into full swing with me. I've been around to a couple of different cities and towns of late, and every time I meet a superintendent of schools or a town manager or whatever, they say they're getting killed by two things: healthcare and energy costs. And just a squeeze is wiping them out. And there's no reason we can't resolve both of those issues. We've got to put somebody in that thinks about getting these things done, at least admits that there's global warming issues, and that climate change is an issue that is caused by humans, that that we can actually do something about it if we start now and start down that path. And healthcare is the same way. We need to be moving dramatically on that. And I hope the presidential candidates get into that, start talking about that. Anybody who has an opportunity to be at a debate forces them to tell us where they stand on those issues. They're every bit as important as where our strategy is for terrorism, all the other issues they play in on that. And we really need to talk about those things. Let me just leave it with this. The House of Representatives, I know that we look at the polls and nobody thinks that the House is, Congress I should say, because everybody treats it like it's a monolithic body. They're very disappointed in it because we're not out of Iraq and a number of other things are going on. The House of Representatives passed over 850 bills so far this year. 850 bills. It is several hundred more than has ever been passed in any session previously. Nancy Pelosi is doing a great job as the Speaker of the House. Members in the House are working very hard. About 80 very, very significant and important bills have passed. 75% of them have been with wide bipartisan margins. And you do that as we promised to do it. You take the ideology out of it, whether it's raising the minimum wage, which they used to tack on, tax cuts for the extremely wealthy. You take that off the table, even Republicans can't vote against the minimum wage increase. There's no argument for that. Head Start, trying to get children before they get to kindergarten, give them the ability to read and learn how to read. You can close the achievement gap by 50%. We're finally increasing that program and reauthorizing it. They wouldn't before because they wanted to allow religious groups that taught Head Start classes to discriminate in their hiring. We took that provision out. They can still provide Head Start services. We got a bill. And it's going to be that way all the way down the line. If we can get the president not to veto everything, if we can get him to loosen up the purse strings a little bit. S-chip, 4 million more kids on health care. How does the president veto that? He's spending $10 to $12 billion a month in Iraq with no strategy, no plan of what he's going to do over there, causing more damage than he's doing good. But he can't come up with a small percentage of what our budget is really for kids. So these issues are all out there. The leadership is being shown in the House. There's some leadership in the Senate. They're crazy rules. The governor and I were talking about that earlier. For some insane reason, they haven't gotten by the cloture vote. They need to have 60 votes before they can stop the debate to get to the core issue. And so we have Democrats doing the right thing there, and maybe 4 or 5 Republicans, but not enough to close out a lot of those issues, and we have a president vetoing things. But the House of Representatives is doing its work. It's right on the issues that you want it to be: energy, health care, education, housing, with Barney Frank chairing that committee, and what a great job he's doing. You probably no surprise to your governor. So we've got the right team there. After this election, we have a new president. We have more Democrats in the Senate as well. This country's going in the right direction, and we're setting the tone for it now in the House. and we're all going to be fortunate for that, and the Wal-Mart story will be rewritten. Thank you very much. We're glad to be here.